This week on the podcast, I'm bringing you segments of a recent interview I did with Jeremy Keil. And in today's episode, Jeremy and I continue our conversation from yesterday on the biggest mistake that people make, and that is underestimating the length of your retirement. And so today, Jeremy and I go into more detail about what can you actually do, what should you do to plan for a longer than expected retirement. So what kinds of things should people think about if they're going to retire earlier than they planned? What should they be doing?
One part of it is just whatever you have in your spreadsheet as your age, just subtract 3 years. You think you're retiring at 60, make it 57. That'll just help out in your planning. But then in reality, when you've got your investments set up to not retire for 3 more years, you probably have more risk than perhaps you ought to have. So it's not just about make your spreadsheet be ready for retirement, make your investments ready for your retirement 3 years ahead of time. If you're retiring next week instead of 3 years from now, you would probably change your investments. You would probably have more interest rates, more short-term, more stability than if you didn't think you were going to retire for 3 more years. So you probably want to get your retirements ready 3 years ahead of time, which means bringing down the risk.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Because I'll have clients who have surprise retirements. I had a lot of that in COVID. I've had a few clients who in recent years who have been laid off later in their career. So they're plunged into this unexpected early retirement. And usually what we end up doing is kind of reworking their investment portfolio. But you would want to do that gradually rather than all of a sudden. So it creates some extra challenges. You're right, when your portfolio isn't set up for that plan to retire maybe a little bit earlier.
That's exactly it.